Brought to you by Sasquatch Afterbirth.
What the hell is even that?
Good morning, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to the DSP Morning Show. It is Monday, the 16th of March, 2026. I'm DSP, and this, well, it's the show. I just said that. How y'all doing this morning? I hope I find everyone well. I know it's a little on the earlier side, so we're going to build up some attendance here before we begin with today's Dragon Quest VII Reimagined stream. Sadly, only one Dragon Quest stream this week. I know. This game now we've been playing for about a month and a half, although admittedly, we haven't really had much of a focus on it. I've tried, but because this is the game that gets the least amount of consistent attendance and support in my rotation, it always kind of falls on the back burner. Right, Jasper Kitty? Right, buddy? How dare I not mention support? Support, 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 support. You might be saying, why is Phil saying support so much? Because there's actually retards who track how many times I say the word support on a stream. Support, 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 support. And this is going to throw their tracker into disarray. They're going to be like, why did Phil say support 700 times on stream today? Because you're retarded and I know how dumb you are. So if I say it a million times, it fucks you up. See? Support. Anyway, yes, today, if you enjoy the content, you can support it. I don't know if you're aware of that. It is what it is, right? I want to keep playing it. I like turn-based RPGs, and I want to keep this game in the rotation, but it means that we come back to it every once in a while, and today it is time for that, okay? So, good stuff, chill vibes. I hope that you're all ready to relax. We got a nice morning show where we're just going to talk and see what you guys have on your minds. We'll have Jasper Kitty in the house and go from there. And then after that, we will jump into Dragon Quest. So, what's going on? Nut Potatoes says, if Slay the Spire 2 doesn't work out, you should give Eugenics another chance. Well, I mean, we've played Eugenics twice, right? And both times, I liked it. I think the gameplay of Eugenics is great because, again, it is a grid-based, turn-based strategy RPG similar to Final Fantasy Tactics is the game that I would equate it to, actually. Although there's been other games like South Park, The Fractured Butthole. That would be a more recent reference. But, yeah, like, I really like it, but it hasn't caught on. Both times I played it, people said they thought that it was boring. So I'm not sure what to do about that. Again, it's all these RPGs, right? Dragon Quest, Slay the Spire 2, Mugenics, hell, Claire Obscure. Anything that's turn-based, people just want to complain.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
And say they don't like it because it's not action-based. It's like, yeah, but people with brains don't need action-based every second of their life. Like, they want to strategize. They want to plan out. They want to interact with an audience. That's the other good thing about the turn-based stuff. I can sit here and talk with you guys and interact and hang out. You know what I'm saying? Without having to worry about, oh, every moment is intense action, so I must pay attention. Instead, we can have a good time together. I like that about turn-based games. I don't know why half my audience doesn't get it and leaves. I don't understand it. For the record, we are skipping DSP Tries It this week. There's a couple of reasons. Reason number one, last week's episode did horribly. Like, as of today, it's now been a week since we did the Nothing Bunt Cakes DSP Tries It. It only has 732 views. It's the least viewed episode in ages. In fact, it might be the least viewed episode ever. I'm not even kidding. So, number one, that's pretty disappointing that we didn't really come up with a good idea. We were like, I'll just do whatever. And it just didn't work. That's number one. Okay? Number two, sadly, we just didn't come up with a good idea for this week. Like, I was thinking, like, what should we really do? And the stuff that's the new Whopper. Oh, you mean the same exact sandwich with a different bun and a slightly different tasting mayo? Wow, that sounds like it's really worth a DSP Tries It episode, doesn't it? Or the absolutely disgusting chicken bacon ranch chalupa covered in cheese from Taco Bell. It's just gross stuff. There's like nothing of any interest to me. I looked out there. I was like, there's nothing going on right now. I want to do an episode of DSP Tries It when there's something worth doing, when there's something interesting that we all care about. Like I would say the Big Arch was a good one. You know, the chicken tenders at Wendy's was an interesting one. We got to taste all the different kinds of sauces and stuff. We need something more like that rather than, oh, I'm just going for the sake of doing an episode. There's no point, especially because the stuff I eat for DSP Tries It almost always isn't in my diet. I'm eating lean meats, healthy foods. I've lost a ton of weight. I'm becoming lean and mean. I don't want to be eating junk food unless there's a good reason to. If there's a good reason to, because there's something new and interesting you want to see me taste, I'll try it. But right now, there's just like nothing going on. Oh, thank you so much, Jay. I will shout that out in a sec. You know, a lot of the times, people don't know this. A lot of the times when I do DSP Tries It, I'm the only one who eats the food. My wife will not eat the unhealthy food. She'll get something else, like she'll order a poke bowl, or she'll have like leftovers here from a meal earlier in the week, and she just eats that. She's not eating McDonald's, okay? She's not. She doesn't want to. She wants nothing to do with the bad food. Me, you know, I say, hey, I'll take the hit in order to do the show for everybody, but she doesn't want to eat that crap, and I don't blame her at all. It's not good food. And let's investigate crumble cookies, shall we? So here's what we've got in our box, okay? So as you can see, 6 full-size cookies. They're huge, by the way. They're not normal-sized cookies. These are very large cookies, probably 2 to 3 times the size of a normal cookie that you would get anywhere. And as you can see, my wife did taste some of them already, which is fine. But it's just a symptom. Can we please, right now at this moment, okay? Can we please all agree, turn-based RPGs just don't do well on this channel in general? Can we stop making excuses? Can we stop saying it's this fault? It's because you didn't give it a full stream. Oh, it's because of it. No, it's not. The viewing audience in general, watching me on DSP Gaming, whether it's on YouTube or on Kick, there's not a big audience for turn-based RPGs. There is an audience, but it's not a big one, right? This is not the group that's going to come by for when I play Street Fighter. This is not the group that came by when I played Resident Evil Requiem. This is a much smaller, more dedicated group who like to chill with me. And that's fine. But we have to accept this and stop making excuses. Oh, well, it works for this creator. Their audience is not mine, okay? Just being honest. I don't get the bigger audiences like these people do. I can't get mainstream people to come by when everyone on the internet just clowns on me with dumb fucking memes that make no sense and aren't truthful, but they want to clown on someone and feel better about themselves. Kevin says you lied about champions and continue to. I lied about champions in the past, and then I finally, over a year ago, fessed up to it, and that's that. Whatever money I make, I can spend on whatever I want. Tell you right now, I spend my money right now on some mobile games, all right? I do. I also spend money on liquor. So I can't get a mainstream positive audience outside of my core fan base who knows who I really am. And that sucks because I love these games. I love these experiences. I would love to just chill with you guys all the time playing these kind of games. To be honest, the older I get, I think we will be doing more of these games. We have to. As I get older, all right, I'm not going to be able to be playing fighting games at a competitive level. I just don't even see how that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, how would it? I'm going to get older. My hand-eye coordination is going to go off. I'm going to get carpal tunnel. These things will happen, right? I'm not going to be able to play every twitchy shooter and everything. I'm going to have to play more relaxed games. It's just something you have to accept, you know? So we're going to get there at some point, and then we're going to end up doing other kinds of content. And I think what will happen is there will be a slow easing in. The problem was, I've been around for 18 years, and everyone got to know me. Phil's the guy who plays every fighting game and rages. Phil's the guy who plays Dark Souls and sucks, but it's funny to see him fail, right? To some extent, that's still true, but things are changing, slowly, right? But can we all agree the turn-based stuff doesn't really work that well? Seriously, like, I'm tired of people making excuses like, oh, it's eugenics, and it's not working because you didn't do a full stream, and it's not working because... No. It doesn't work because it's a turn-based RPG, period. That's why it doesn't get a big audience and people complain about it. People have complained about every single turn-based RPG I have ever played. They say they're boring and they're too slow and they suck. And I don't agree with that. I think it's bullshit. I think that it's a big misconception. It's a big overgeneralization. But in general, that's what people say when I play them. It's a preconceived notion. I feel like it needs to be overcome.
I don't understand. I don't know what's going on here. It's lost the plot. It's completely lost the plot.
The Rexative says, this doesn't make sense. You're saying you had low support with your games recently, so now you're playing Dragon Quest again? Yes, because I'm not poor. I'm not desperate or poor. I can play Dragon Quest again today, and I'll be frank with you. I expect that this will be a slow support stream. It's fine. I hope that the other games will pick up, because we've had great streams of both Slay the Spire 2 and RimWorld, so I hope those games will recover, so it's okay that we have a slow stream of Dragon Quest. But I'm not poor. I could do a slower stream. It's all good. Jeez.
You know, you can't blame people for thinking you're poor when you act like this.
And every time that I play this game, half the audience sits there and complains that it's boring. It's now happened 3 streams in a row. So today, we had a great audience. We had great engagement. I did great. I think the gameplay is great, and the support wasn't. And the problem with that is I just don't know what to do to fix that if it's really game-centric. Really. You know, I don't know what else to say. So I'd like feedback and opinions. I do have one more stream of Slay the Spire 2 scheduled for this week. It's going to be on Wednesday, the daytime stream. I'm hoping that things will improve, but I don't know if they will. If it doesn't improve on Wednesday, then likely what will end up happening is this is going to become a night stream for us and see how it does on the late nights, you know? Not that I want to do that, but I might have to. And then if it doesn't do good on late nights, then maybe that's it for the game. And that sucks because it's one of the most popular games out there. But why I can't have an audience for it, I'm at a loss. Okay, I really am. Remember last year? Clear Obscure was one of the hottest games of the year. Couldn't get an audience for it. People were complaining. Every time I played it, it was boring. So, yeah, it sucks. This disconnect continues to drive me nuts. And you might say, well, that's fine because your other streams are doing good. Yeah, but we already have Dragon Quest. We already have the game that I'm toughing through and isn't doing good. Can't have 2. Okay? Just can't. Now, to compound matters, tonight, the late stream was RimWorld. All right? Attendance, about the same as usual. We don't get a ton of attendance for RimWorld. We get like 150 on YouTube and about like between 50 and 100 on Kick. Engagement, still good. Still got several people on YouTube who help me every time I play it. And we got your future stepdad, the one single person who likes the game on Kick who helps me. Okay? Support, sadly, today dwindled. Now, it has dwindled before on RimWorld, and then sometimes it rallies again. We've seen it go kind of like this, but honestly, it's mostly up here. And then every once in a while, we have a one-off stream that's not as good for support. I am hoping that's the case, that this was the one-off stream and it will bounce back, because it sure would have been great to have a great supported stream tonight to make up for the fact that Slay the Spire isn't doing so well. But it was the opposite. We had the double slow streams on the same day, with tomorrow being Dragon Quest. So, yeah, not great. Is it the end of the world? No. Is the sky falling? No. But I don't like this happening at the same day, and I don't want it to become a pattern. Okay? So, here's the thing. Watch the gameplay on demand of Slay the Spire 2 and RimWorld. Please engage with it. Like the videos if you enjoyed them. Please leave comments on them. And please, if you can after the fact, hey, want to leave a super thanks because you like the playthrough and you couldn't be there live? Please do so. Appreciate that. Hey, you want to leave a tip? You can do that at any time. The tips link is in the description of every video. Please do that if you can. I appreciate everyone who goes out of their way to support the content. And the fact that today was a double slow stream day is not a good start for a new week. Okay?
Guess what? You're a bitch.
Someone tipped $1 saying, yeah, but Final Fantasy VII Rebirth wasn't turn-based. Yeah, and it was actually the same situation. Like, I think turn-based RPGs are the ones that sadly get the most bias against them. But even action-based RPGs, for example, Final Fantasy 16 did not work. Action-based did not work. Everyone thought it was boring. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, everyone thought it was boring. I cannot make my audience like these kind of RPGs. I can't. It's not up to me to, like, deprogram the brains.
What the hell are you talking about?
You know what I'm saying? People today are like, well, if it's not a super hot game that some virally popular person is playing, or if it's not a giant action-based experience, it's got to be bad or it's got to be boring. It's fun to play but not to watch. Bullshit. It's just because you don't want to think. You don't want to use your brain for anything. Like when we're sitting here and I'm playing Slay the Spire 2 and we're looking at my deck and we're trying to brainstorm what's the best combination of cards to use this turn, most people will sit there and be like, well, I don't want to think about this, so it's not fun. Well, not every game is for everybody, I guess. You know, some games are very much action-based, kind of brainless games. They are. And that's fine. For the record, there's a place for that. There's a place for every kind of game. There's a place for adrenaline junkies to get enjoyment out of games. There's a place for thinking strategy-based gamers to get stuff out of games. You know what I mean? But the thing is, I'm a variety streamer. I want to do variety. I want to keep that variety up so that there's always something interesting going on the channel. I don't want to only play one style of game. So I got to kind of accept the fact that there is an innate bias against certain types that maybe get bigger crowds for one game over another. It's unfortunate, but it's just something that's become inevitable, I feel, especially when the industry pushes you constantly towards one direction because that's what they want to push as their games that print money formula, right? Like, I can't see a game like Slay the Spire becoming a microtransaction-rich games-as-a-service subscription-based game. It's just not going to happen, right? While Call of Duty very much is that, you know. There you go. Whoa. One of the new Alex animations there in honor of Alex releasing in Street Fighter 6 tomorrow. We'll be playing with Alex all day tomorrow on stream. Seriously, the entire day. So I hope you guys will join me for that tomorrow. That's going to be absolutely amazing. Amber Heard's Turd with a $2 super chat says you gave Final Fantasy Rebirth like a week. You didn't like. You're such a liar. Oh, wow. Jay, thank you so much. Jay just dropping a massive super chat. And we will be shouting that out in a second. But to answer what Amber just said, I did not give Rebirth 1 week. We played Rebirth for 3 weeks. I was over 20 hours into the playthrough. People stopped showing up and complained constantly the game sucked. Those that did show up literally talked about sports in the chat. And I was like, since when is DSP Gaming a sports channel? Like, you're not talking to me. You're using my chat like your private chat room to talk about unrelated topics. And I got pissed, admittedly, and rightfully. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What's wrong with you?
You know, a lot of people ask why. Why treat the customer this way? Why? Because fuck them, that's why.
The insanely huge $100 super chat says, I'm interested in watching you play other either chess or AAA titles. Ultimately, I'm here for podcast style and Slay the Spire. I wish you could have been here yesterday for Slay the Spire. It was a great stream. I finished my run with the Silent, got one battle before the final boss, and lost because it was a different build than when I played Ironclad. It was. I don't give a fuck. Someone tipped the buck and says Slay the Spire would do better if you relied less on chat. I'm not 100% relying on chat. That's a misconception. It's a bunch of nonsense, and quite frankly, it upsets me when people make statements like that. What is going on? Jay, are you for real, man? Jay just dropping insane amounts of support on the stream. Thank you so much, Jay. We're going to shout that out in a second. Dude, he just dropped a $200 super chat. I don't know what's going on. Here, let me pause the stream music so we can listen to a nice Final Fantasy soundtrack. That's crazy, man. Very nice. Sorry, I'm moving emails around here. There we go. Jay, I mean, holy crap, man. Thank you. So anyway, what was I saying? Yes. I'm glad to hear that people get stuff out of my streams, but also I do believe that there's misconceptions based on people who just don't watch my streams. If you watch me play Slay the Spire 2, some people are helping me to understand things about the builds. Like, for example, the Regent, okay? That's the third character. The Regent plays dramatically differently than the other characters. If you don't know how he plays, it's confusing. Like, I didn't understand that he had two different kinds of energy and how they work. So people explain that to me, and immediately I'm into an awesome run, okay? Here's the truth, and I'm tired of this. I'm going to lay it out because you know me. I tell it like it is. You ready?
Come on then, dickhead. Why don't you tell us all about it?
The reason that people want to see me play a game cold with no help is because they want to see me fail. They want to see me rage. They want to see me suffer. I don't care about you. I'm going to make this abundantly clear. If you tune into DSP Gaming to see me suffer, I don't care about you. You're meaningless to me. You mean nothing. You're like a fart in the fucking wind.
Why am I poisoned? Why am I...
I don't care about you or your opinion. What I care about is enjoying games, showing that love and passion that I have for them, having enjoyable social times with my audience. Money, just like every other streamer does. And if you're not here for that ride, I don't care, and I'm going to flush you like a turd, because that's what you are. You're just a turd that you're swimming around the bowl and you won't go down, and I want you gone. I don't need that toxic element in my content. Do you understand? I don't need you. I don't need toxic people. I'm good. I'm well supported by friendly, positive, supportive people. I don't need turds. I'm not a lolcow that relies on self-embarrassment and pain to be successful. If you want to see that, go watch lolcow live. Go watch Review Tech USA. Those people exist. They deprecate themselves every day. That's not DSP or DSP gaming. You're wasting your time. I don't care about your opinion. If I'm going to play a game, I'm going to have some social interaction so I can learn the ropes. Now, I don't want someone 100% hand-holding me in every single moment. They don't. If you don't believe me, watch the fucking stream and stop watching the detractor clips, because you're not watching the stream and then you get the wrong idea because they edited it that way. Grow up. Okay. I'm getting rid of all the trolls, so hold on a second before I shout this out, because there's a bunch of idiots. Every single time that someone comes onto this stream and does a big amount of support, the trolls lose their shit. They start ripping their hair out of their head. They start freaking out. They come in with 100 sock accounts and start spamming the chat with toxic shit, so I have to take care of it. Give me a second. Nerexidev, I'm getting rid of you. I've had enough of your toxicity. Seriously, grow up. Okay. I think I get rid of them all. Cool. For the record, today, most of the trolling is on the YouTube side. That's different. Usually, the kick side is full of trolls. Today, it's actually just the regulars on the kick side, and they're not actually being too bad. It's actually the YouTube side had a bunch of bullshit sock accounts. I can't believe it. I guess it's weirdo day. It must be weird day. It's a weird day because I'm getting tons of support on a Dragon Quest stream, and the trolls are on the other side. Like, this is bizarro day. Okay, so Jay did a whopping $200 super chat. Thank you, Jay. That's insane. And Jay asks, oh no, he says, I have no life, so I'm here to occupy my time. Yes, I'm sure that's what you're here for, because you have absolutely no life and nothing to do, correct? Right. Jay has asked me, what is the most I ever received in one donate? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. He said one donator, but I don't know what that means. So, in regards to, okay, there's a few different things that stood out in my history. Once when I was streaming on Once when I was streaming on YouTube. No, I'm getting it completely wrong here. Let's try this again. It's this music. Hold on. The music has completely distracted me. I want to go to a more chill song here. That's a little better. Okay. Back in the day, I used to stream on Twitch. Okay. So I'm streaming on Twitch, and it was like the fall, I want to say. So it wasn't particularly one reason that this happened. Someone came by and started dropping not tier 1 or tier 2, tier 3 subs, gifted subs on Twitch. And they dropped, I'm not even kidding, probably, I think when they were done, because it was over the course of like 2 to 3 days they did this, I think it was over $13,000 of gifted subs on Twitch. To this day, I have absolutely no idea who that person was. And this happened at a time when I was financially in a really bad way. You know, I was actually like living stream to stream with how bad my finances were. And they were real subs. This was a real person. I got all of the income from them. It was wildly insane. So my channel was so inflated on Twitch, it looked like I had thousands of subs when, you know, they weren't real. They were all gifted. But it was absolutely insanity that had happened. If we're talking like tips, like through PayPal, once someone sent me, I want to say it was I'm trying to remember. I think it was like $2,150, I think. Okay. And if I remember correctly, it was a milestone. Like, this viewer had been watching me for over a decade. and it was a milestone for them, and they wanted to celebrate and say thank you for so much for all these years of content, and they just sent one giant tip via PayPal. Okay. Now, you're saying YouTube because he's asking YouTube. I don't remember the sizes of contributions I've gotten on YouTube, to be honest with you. Like, I've only been streaming on YouTube at a time when you could get super chats since 2021, because that's when I left Twitch. So it's been about roughly, we're almost at 5 years now that I've been gone from Twitch. I don't even know what the limits are on YouTube. I have no clue. So, you know, I'm sure I've probably, like I think that there's categories. Let me see. It looks like the most you could send on YouTube in one contribution is $500, right? Yeah, it looks like it goes 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Those are the levels. So, have I ever received a $500 super chat? I don't remember. Obviously, I've received several hundred. You just sent one of 200. Thank you so much. I don't remember if I've ever gotten a 500. I don't track that stuff. You know, I don't, you know.
Right.
Okay. For the record, again, I only say this stuff because people bring it up. I wouldn't be talking about this on today's morning show if we weren't talking about it right now. Okay. So here's the deal. In regards to contributions, if you were going to contribute in a big way to my content, I actually would prefer if you did a tip or if you did it through Kick. Reason being, YouTube takes big chunks. Okay. You may not realize this. When you send a super chat on YouTube, they take a chunk of it. So if you're picking and choosing how you want to contribute and you have the ability to choose, the other methods are better. The other methods, actually, I get more of it. YouTube is taking a big chunk out of it. You know, just saying. I mean, if you want to, I am not going to be one to tell you how to contribute. If you want to support my content, you can do it however the heck you want. You want to do it through YouTube. You want to do it through Kick. You want to do it through PayPal. Hey, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. But I'm just saying, if you had the ability to choose how you're going to support, you probably want to do the one that the creator you're supporting gets more of. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, that's nasty.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is insane. I don't know what's going on. Jay just sent a $300 tip. Thank you, Jay. I don't know what's going on with Jay today. He must be feeling insanely supportive and you know, what the hell? He sent a $300 tip. Thank you. So I guess I won't be complaining about Dragon Quest anytime soon. I don't think I'll be complaining, you know, after today's stream. We're good for a little bit. I don't think I'll be having anything to say negative about Dragon Quest streams. Not to say that he was here for Dragon Quest. But dude, thank you so much. Really, thank you so much. Appreciate it. This helps a ton, obviously. And I don't even have a $300 animation. I just have the 200 again. So there you go. Thank you to Jay for a whopping $300 tip. Absolutely amazing. Thank you, man. Yes, there's kicks to shout out as well, and I will in a second. Let's get the animation going for the tip, and then we got a huge amount of kicks that just came in on Kick, if you can believe it. That is true. King of the Void says, remember, Jay says he's here for Slay the Spire. So I understand that this is a Dragon Quest stream, but I'll take this as you love Slay the Spire and you wanted me to keep it in the rotation. Fair enough. Because I love Slay the Spire and I want to keep it in the rotation. I'm really enjoying the game. And this helps a lot. It does. The fact that we have streams that are doing really well means that it can offset the streams that don't. So yesterday we were on the slower side on both streams. I was thinking today the Dragon Quest stream would be slow. Obviously, that's not the case. You know, now we're pretty good. So thank you so much, man. Now, in addition to all of that, the Mig Mauer over on Kick just did a 5,000 kick stomp. They call it stomp. And he says, to the one and only DSP. So thank you to the Mig Mauer. Let's get this animation. I don't think I've ever gotten 5,000 kicks. I could be wrong, because I don't know if I've ever seen this crazy animation. It's a huge stomping green sneaker. Did we ever see that before? I don't think we did. Well, here we go. It's time for the briefcase of affluence. Thank you to the Mig Mauer for 5,000 freaking kicks, man. Let's get that on the leaderboard. Layla, how are you? Layla the Witch is here and says, hey, I'm so glad you're getting all this support this morning. And who knows what prompted it? I don't know what made Jay come by and contribute so much. I don't know how I just got like a 5,000 kicks on kick. I don't know. It's highs and lows, right? It's always ups and downs. There's always great days and bad days. You just go with the flow, right? And you just stick with it. And you're going to have great days, doing this. And this is one of them. So thank you guys so much. Now we can enjoy Dragon Quest VII this afternoon with absolutely no pressure whatsoever about anything and just enjoy the game for like 3.5 hours. And I'm soaked for that. Let's see here. I'm one of the least humble people on the planet. Thank you. I know. I'm just here flaunting my excessive wealth constantly, right? I'm just here with bling, right? I'm sipping Courvoisier. I'm driving down my Corvette down the street, my whip, right? I'm bragging constantly, very braggadocious about how much money I have. And, absolutely. This is definitely one of those top people. Gotcha. Nailed it. Frosted Shards is what's the next step for upgrading your setup? Or have we reached the maximum level? We definitely have not reached the maximum level. There's many other things that we could still do to upgrade. The issue is now they're bigger things. If anyone has ideas for smaller things, I'm game. You ever have an idea for a tweak or a check, a new piece of equipment you heard about that I should try? I'm down. But the thing is, what would be the next big thing? I don't know. Maybe spitballing here. Eventually, in another year or two, my gaming PC will likely be more outdated. And then maybe we would want to get a better gaming PC, and maybe that gaming PC now becomes my capture streaming PC. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not saying that's necessarily what's going to happen, but maybe every few years I buy a new higher-end PC, and then the older high-end becomes the mid-range that now does the streaming and capturing, right? Eventually, I want to get a PC that I can do an internal capture card, because then I can max out on everything I want to do. Right now, I'm stuck with an external capture card, because that PC over there that's my capture and streaming PC doesn't have the slot for an internal capture card, which is lame as hell, but I didn't know that when I bought it. So I kind of, didn't buy the best computer I could have, just because the motherboard's not so good, right? And that sucks. But what can I say? I think eventually that would be like one of the big things, maybe another year or two. I look to get another gaming PC, and then that one becomes the capture streaming. Although I don't even know if that one has a slot for a capture card. I don't think it does. I think that's what we were looking at. We looked at both motherboards, and neither one has a slot for an internal capture card. I do know that apparently there is a better capture device, one that would do G-Sync. The G-Sync, yes. So my monitor is G-Sync compatible. My graphics card is G-Sync compatible. My graphics card my capture card is not. So I tried using it, and what would happen is it would just desync the audio, and I had to not use it. G-Sync would probably make things even better for me, so I want to do that eventually, but I can't right now. I'm limited with what I can do because my capture device doesn't have G-Sync. I don't know. Outside of that, I can't hear this idiot who's spamming the kick chat. This guy is retarded. Stop spamming, you idiot. You think after the first 20 times he put the message in chat and I didn't respond, he would have a brain and say, oh, stop. But no, he's not that fucking smart. I don't know. What else do you guys think? Like I said, the big upgrade, if I was going to do a big upgrade, right? I probably would have to rearrange the office entirely, meaning instead of using this wall, I move all of this over there to the big wall. But that would mean I have to get all new soundproofing because this is not going to come off the wall in one piece and be able to be moved over there. So I'd have to buy all new soundproofing and put it over there on that wall. And then I would move the desk. I would move the whole setup over there. And then I would rearrange all the cameras and everything. So that would be better. It basically would be redoing the office a bit, moving stuff around. I probably would buy a better desk than this one. This one's good, but I could probably buy a high-end desk to fit over there because there's a lot more space there that could fit any kind of desk that I wanted. And then, yeah, like some people have said, would you set up other stuff? If I had more space, I could. If I had more space and a PC that could handle it, I could have a joystick cam. So when I'm playing fighting games, you could actually see my hands on the joystick playing and you could record what I'm doing. Not to say that I think that would add anything. I don't think it would. That's just fuel for my detractors to say, oh, look, he did an input wrong, which is fucking ridiculous. No one cares. But that's all they would say all day because they're morons. They would just make it up. But there's things I could do if I did rearrange the room. Okay? Like, realistically with the setup, what else could it be? And then Bistro Time just did a $2 super chat. Says a bad guitarist with an expensive guitar is still bad. Yeah, but I'm also successful. And that's the point. I mean, you could think that I'm bad at what I do, but I'm still successful at it. So too bad. It's someone who's bad at something is still successful. So maybe you should think about that. Why am I successful and you're not? Why are you sitting here sending me a $2 super chat trying to insult me, but I'm sitting here with $700 of income and I haven't even started with a game yet? It might be something that you should start thinking about for yourself. Do better for yourself.
Are you done? Are you done?
I know jealousy has no boundaries, Timmy. I'm well aware of that. Or Tommy, excuse me. Tommy 10 Toes. Hey, Bistro Time sent another $2 and says, no vacations and your wife works retail. Is that successful? Yes. I don't take vacations because I can't. I told you it's life commitments to my pets and my family. It has nothing to do with money. I could go right now. Right now, I could literally book a plane, fly anywhere I want, but I can't. And that's, again, it's on the decisions that my wife and I made years ago when we didn't know that we would be in this position. That's why. And, it's fine. Eventually we will do stuff. We're ready. We want to. We've been talking about things we can do. you know, places we can go for a honeymoon that we never had and stuff like that. It's all good. As for my wife works retail, yeah, she works retail. Big deal. So does a lot of people. What's wrong with that? She doesn't have to. She easily could quit her job right now if she wanted to. What's your point? The things you have none. You're an idiot. My wife should work at a restaurant. I think if my wife was a cook, she'd actually be happy because she's a good cook, but she doesn't realize it. I mean that too. Like, she struggles in jobs that she doesn't like, but if she actually went out somewhere and cooked somewhere, I think she'd actually would be happy, but she just doesn't get it. Like, I keep telling her, I like your food. Your food is amazing. Your food is... She doesn't listen to me. She's like, oh, no, it's okay. And she goes off, she shuffles off and works at a crappy retail job, and I tell her, no. Maybe this will be a wake-up call. I don't know. Layla, yeah, it's like I said. Layla says, did you notice when you get massive support, people get mean? Yeah, because they're pissed. These are my trolls who sit around, and they're upset when things go well for me. They can't take it. So the fact that I got a bunch of support this morning, they're losing their shit. They can't, oh my God, I can't believe it, right? Why would this happen? Meanwhile, they're sending me money. They're sending me super chats. That guy, I finally banned him. He sent me all that money, a few bucks, right? Like, it was like 2 or 3 super chats. And he goes, oh, you live in a standard duplex condo. He has no idea what he's talking about. He doesn't even know what a duplex is. Okay. I live in a private community. All right. I live in a high-end condo townhouse, not just a condo. It's considered a townhouse. The value of my home is worth more than what that guy makes in 10 years' time. Okay? No exaggeration. I'm not kidding. It's that valuable. This guy's a fucking idiot. Yet he's sending me money to think he's insulting me.
You better take a sip. You fucking sleazy asshole.
I've heard some bullshit in my time, mister, but yours is the best.